Hello everyone, welcome to Vishesh Educational Videos. In this video, I'm explaining about inter-process communication. That means I'm giving a simple introduction about inter-process communication. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. To get the notification of my new videos, please click the bell icon. And please don't forget to like the video and please don't forget to share the video with your friends. So let's begin the introduction to inter-process communication. So if any processes, two or more processes wants to exchange information, how they can do it means they can communicate using IPC, the technique that is used by the processes to exchange information with each other. Right? So you know that the only way for these processes, only way for the multiple processes to exchange information with each other is by passing open files across a fork or an execute or through the file system. How they are going to exchange information, how the processes, multiple processes are going to execute, are going to exchange information with each other. So the multiple processes can exchange information with each other using a technique called IPC, that is inter-process communication, right? So IPC is a technique used by multiple processes to exchange information. That is a simple explanation of IPC, right? So you know that in the past Unix system IPC was a right hodgepodge of various approaches, few of which were portable across all Unix system implementation. That means to define IPC between, right, in a Unix system, to define IPC, one normal standard was not there. It was a mixture of all the few standards, right? So, but as the time passed, the POSIX and the open group, XOpen, they tried to standardize the units for IPC, right? Even though after the efforts from POSIX and open group, even today we have some differences in the standardization of IPC, but most of the part in the standardization is same, right? So IPC is mainly used to exchange the information between multiple processes. So these are the techniques. This table shows the different types of IPC techniques, that is inter-process communication technique, that can be used by different processes. So there are actually 9 techniques that can be used by the processes to exchange the information. The first technique is a half duplex pipe. Second technique is a FIFO. Third technique is a full duplex pipe. And the fourth technique is a named full duplex pipe. And the fifth technique is a message queue. I'm going to explain each technique in detail in the upcoming videos. And the next one is a semaphore. That is also one technique to exchange information. Or else you can use a shared memory to exchange information. And the last two is a sockets and streams. You can use any of this IPC technique to exchange information. And one more important thing you should observe here is the first 7 form of IPC in a table are usually restricted to inter-process communication between the process on the same host. That means whatever the first 7 techniques we discussed here, that is from half duplex to shared memory, these techniques are used for IPC between the processes that are present in the same host. The processor should present in the single host, that is same host. Then only you can use this IPC. Whatever these remaining 2 techniques are there, that is sockets and streams, that can be used for IPC between processes that are present on different hosts. Suppose one process can be in one system, other process can be in other system. If you want to exchange between the processors that are present in different systems, you can use sockets and streams. If you want to exchange information between the processes that present in the same system, you can use any of the IPCs from half duplex to shared memory, right? That's the simple introduction to IPC, guys. Suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video.